Hi, it's Lou Brown again. I'm excited to be bringing this series to you. I've got some more information for you to help advance your business and make you some more money. I know one of the things you're probably concerned about is when you go look at a property, what are you supposed to be looking at? How are you supposed to evaluate this property? Are you going to get yourself in trouble? Well, the first thing I tell folks that are just getting started in this business is to be real careful. I don't want you buying something that's going to need a huge renovation if you don't know anything about the renovation business. If you're not a contractor, if you don't have a background in building, you'd be making a mistake, I believe, if you take on a huge renovation. I want you to start with something small, $5,000 to $10,000 in repairs. That's where you want to stay in safety, because as I said, if you go into something with a big renovation, say $25,000 or even more, you really don't know what you're getting yourself into, and that could be uncharted territory for you. Now, if you have a background in it, it's a whole different experience. Now, I want you to be aware that as you're looking at the house, is this a house that just needs basic cosmetics, which means carpeting, paint, some repairs perhaps on the fascia boards on the outside, maybe some window repairs, things like that, but nothing major. That's okay. But when you start getting into those systems that operate the house, now you're getting into some money. So if you have to replace the plumbing, the heating and air conditioning, the electrical, the roofing, those are other issues. Not to say that we can't do those. And if your home needs one of those or even two of those, you're probably still safe, because you're going to be dealing with individual contractors that are specific to that particular trade. Now, another thing you can do is get a general contractor that takes on the role of doing all of that. He has his own subcontractors and they can get the job done. But you want to be careful that you're not getting yourself in a position of non-control. Now, one of the documents that we use when we hire a contractor is our Independent Contractor Services Agreement. And in that agreement, it specifically states exactly the relationship that we're entering into and what is expected of both of us. I recommend that as you go through a house, you make your own list. I call this the homework. Before you even bring a contractor over there to evaluate that property, I want you with your own eyes to walk through that property. I want you to do an interior list and an exterior list of everything that you see that needs to be repaired. That looking through your own eyes, if you were buying that property today, what is it that you see that, hey, I want that to be done. I feel like this would be a nice house if those things were done. Let's make that list, and then you can use that to put together what I call the scope of work. And I recommend that you have a scope of work for each one of the trades: plumbing, heating and air conditioning, electrical, roofing, painting, and carpentry general. Those are the 6 different areas that you want to look at when you're doing a home. Now, in my Volume 2, Selling and Holding, one of the things I've got there is an interior inspection checklist and an exterior inspection checklist. And what this does is just cause you to look at certain things as you're going through the property and to check them off and make notes to yourself about what you see and what you need to pay attention to, because sometimes you kind of look at things in a broad spectrum and you miss some important things. So it's good to have a little checklist to remind yourself to look at those very things. For example, cracks in the foundation. Are there any cracks? Are there cracks in the windows? Are there any broken windows? Are there any sizable repairs that are needed, such as holes in the floor, such as rotted floors, such as termite damage, which may indicate that the termites are still active? We need to know these things. Anything rotted wood at the base where water has been splashing back on the foundation or been splashing on the wood members of the home, has that now become rotted? You need to pay attention to that. One tool that you want to take with you when you're looking at a house is a little screwdriver. Just take the screwdriver and kind of poke it into the wood. So if it's solid, the screwdriver is not going to go in. If it's eaten up or if it's rotted, that screwdriver is going to go on into that wood, telling you that that's going to have to be done. So we look through the house, interior, exterior, with that checklist and make sure that all the issues are taken care of. Now this is important as we work together to make sure that you're in the safest position you possibly can be in, the street smart way. So be careful, and until next time, good luck, good health, and may God bless. Good day.